What's up, guys? My name is Adriel Rivera, and I make music in my shed. Join with me today is somebody else who also makes music in my shed. Former NBA All-Star Tegan James Pres Washington.
What
and
up,
rapper.
guys?
Yeah, and rapper.
I also rap. Yeah.
He retired basketball to become a rapper.
Yep.
After winning the NBA All-Stars.
Yeah. I got like 3 separate entries in the Hall of Fame.
Yo, I remember when you hit that 8-pointer. Like you were in the audience, like in the crowd,
all the way up there,
like at the
in the nosebleeds, bro.
All-State Arena. Wait, where do they play basketball in?
Not the All-State Arena, the United Center.
United Center.
The one we were talking about for Russ.
Yeah. The United Center. I remember you were in the United Center all the way in back, and then you're in the back of the crowd, top stage, threw that ball.
Yeah.
And it went right in, into the hoop. That was crazy.
What can I say?
You guys had to have been there.
Yeah.
Anyway, today we're going to be going over the production of my latest single, Out of My Mind. This song is good. What do you think of it?
All right. I like this song. I like this song. It's a vibe. The chorus is very you can sing the chorus. Like anybody can just sing the chorus. Like you hear it one time and you get it.
Hell yeah.
You get it, you know? It's
Hell
just
yeah.
like a nice little bop.
I'm glad you say that because I like the chorus as well because it's a good song.
Yeah, because it's good, you know?
You got to be your biggest advocate, you know what I'm saying?
I do have a question, though.
Yeah.
Have you been on the internet today? Have you seen the TikTok getting banned?
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I did notice some of that stuff, yeah.
It's not looking good, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of goofy. I feel like it's just I don't know how political we want to get on this podcast, but I feel like it's just government control type vibe. There's a lot of stuff that is from China.
Yeah.
Manufactured in China that we use here.
Yeah.
And I think they just, I don't know. I think it's a mixture of just wanting to silence a company that's Chinese owned.
Yeah.
As well as maybe some, xenophobia type stuff. But anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did notice that.
Are you gonna switch up your strategy if that happens? What are we gonna do?
We're still gonna release content, three posts a day. That's what we've been doing. We're still gonna do it.
There you go.
Hey, the shorts is picking up a little bit.
For real,
a few hundred views
for
every
real.
short.
Hey, shout out you shorts people. We love you.
We love you. But yeah.
I mean short people, but also people that watch shorts is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think they got that. But,
all right,
but
just making sure. Short people are cool too.
But yeah, no, I think the content strategy is gonna stay the same. I mean, what else can you do? You're just gonna complain about it and then not do anything else. You got to keep going.
Do you think Reels is gonna get flooded? Absolutely flooded?
Probably.
It's just gonna start feeling like TikTok.
I mean, for sure. I mean, it already does feel like TikTok, but it's definitely gonna be more competitive. I mean, Reels already is I feel I don't know. Reels is an interesting other platform. I feel like all these short form platforms are interesting.
Yeah.
TikTok has a weird way of having organic reach, but then Reels also has a weird way of organic reach.
Yep.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, like I said, there's not really much you can do but keep going. Yeah. I mean, there's always been stuff like this in the past with all sorts of things, like Facebook ads with the iOS 14 update. I mean, it's a whole different. It's not like Facebook got banned,
right?
But but still, that mess with advertising and then using ads to boost streams on Spotify and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that mess with the cost of that. But you move on, you move forward, you find other ways.
Right.
It's that's just how the world works, unfortunately.
Right.
If there's, I mean, I'm hoping that we keep TikTok and we keep using it, but they've been trying this for a minute for real.
Yeah.
And so if that's the case, we just keep going, bro. We just keep going.
Yeah, we'll see. It passed in the House. That's what happened earlier.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yep.
Well, anyway, if you're watching these clips on, I don't know where we're gonna get these, what's gonna be clipped yet, but hopefully by the time this podcast comes out, you're still watching on TikTok. We'll see.
For real.
So, Out of My Mind.
Out of My Mind.
Out of My Mind. It is the latest song that I have for the month of March. Let's give it a quick listen before we break down into the production real quick.
Oh girl, you're something. You've got me so surprised. Not want to jump in, but you make me
Wait, hold
my
on, hold
mind.
on. Listen to this part right here. Wait, hold on.
Look at this guy over here.
Making effects and stuff like that. So that's a song. That's a song out of my mind. I love the song. I say that with every song, obviously, but no, this one's a vibe.
He
This one's vibey.
loves this one though.
This one's
For real.
this was great. So let's break down into the production real quick. First things first. What do we got here? Let's go over the drums. These are the drums, guys. What do you think of those drums?
Nice drums, man.
Are they drumming for you?
They are drumming.
Damn, I'm glad they're drumming for you.
Yeah.
So those are the drums. Not much. I don't know what else to say. I mean, going through all of these episodes, that we've done so far of the podcast and like breaking down the production, very standard. I feel like we're going through the motions. You guys know. So these are the drums. You guys like the drums? If you do, rate the podcast 5 stars for these
real.
drums.
For real.
Specifically for the drums. But yeah, the drums are the same throughout the entire song, more or less. I do have some fills coming in like in between certain areas. Hold on, let me unmute it here. Where do I have it? These toms, right? So you can hear with the drums. And so those toms are specifically like towards the end of each chorus.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not super they're not like in every single part of like every single end of the pattern. Because like, for the people that don't, I guess, use a DAW or like produce their own music,
Yeah.
most of the time you're making like things in patterns, and then you just copy and paste those patterns over and over again. And so like the drums are their own pattern, and then they just get copy and pasted throughout the entire song. But these toms are specifically only at the end of the choruses and not the rest of the pattern. So those are the drums. Next, we're gonna go into the mellotron. So mellotron, I love mellotrons. Do you know what a mellotron is?
Please enlighten me. What the heck is a mellotron?
It's an instrument from like, actually I don't know the time period. I want to say 70s or 80s, but I might be completely wrong. But basically it's like a piano looking thing that like plays tape recordings like on a loop. And so you click it and then, or like you play the key and then it'll play like a recording of like a certain sound that it recorded. And so a lot of times mellotrons will do like kind of orchestra stuff where like you play like a key and it'll be a recording of like a string note that
Gotcha.
somebody played. And so if you hear like this mellotron, it's a digital mellotron, by the way, so this isn't like, I used Omnisphere for this. It's a plugin. I don't know, I'm like, when it comes to Omnisphere, they or specifically Keyscape, I don't know where this came from, Omnisphere or Keyscape, but Keyscape, that plugin's really cool because they take legitimate recordings of actual instruments that they're putting up for their plugins.
Yeah.
Or for their like instruments in their plugin. And they record every single like individual like velocity and all the different mechanics of the piano itself. So it makes it sound as lively as possible.
Right.
This mellotron, I don't know if they did that with this one, but it's what am I trying to get at here? It's a digital plugin that might be a recording of an actual mellotron. For context,
All right.
just throw it out there.
All right.
So this is how it sounds like though. And you can hear it has that like tape recording sound to it.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
strings. It sounds like live strings, but in almost like if they were sampled. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I played these chords, and I have the mellotron coming back again for the chorus. So that's the intro part where
Yeah.
we have all like the nice singing and stuff in the background. The chorus has the mellotron as well, but this time they're on quarter notes, or that might be eighth notes. I'm be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure. It actually might be eighth notes. I think those are eighth notes. But yeah, and so that goes out through the chorus. So putting that together with the drums real quick. This is what you got for the chorus. Now that I realize it, the drums are different between the chorus and the verse. I lied to you guys. I don't even know my own production, I
Don't
guess.
lie to the audience. Who do you
Bro,
think you are?
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. It turns out there are different drums, bro. This just goes to show how like much music I make, bro. Like
Yeah.
this song I made like months ago. So at this point, I forgot. Like it's always like interesting to come back to the production because like genuinely I don't remember everything that I did. But yeah, so drums in the chorus are slightly different than the drums in the verse. Just for comparison, here's the verse again. And then these are chorus drums. So the chorus is a little more consistent. Also, you can hear it's a fuller sound. I layered it with the kicks with like more kicks that have like a stereo sound to them rather than a mono, which for the non-production people, stereo basically just means like left and right ear. Mono means like direct center in the middle, no panning or anything like that. If that makes sense, hopefully it does. So that's just like the simplest way I could explain stereo mono. But yeah, so after that we have we have this synthesizer that I made using Serum, and synthesizers are fun. I love making synthesizers, or I love making synth presets with the synthesizer. I have Serum. And this is how this one sounds like for the pre-chorus going into the chorus. And like, it's funny because when I made this, like I didn't feel like it was like it's not that special of a synth. I don't feel like it's a really cool sound or anything like that. I mean, I like the sound of it, but it's not like anything like so like wowing. I don't feel like I made this synth and I was like, oh my gosh, this sounds crazy. But with like the drums and the bass line, which this is how the bass line sounds like, you know, putting everything together on top of the main chords as well. So these are, let me just backtrack a little bit. These chords, these strings go out through the entire verse, and there's a little bit in the chorus as well and at the beginning of the song, but this is the main strings I was talking about.
This sounds incredible.
Thank you. So there's that.
This is sick.
Yeah.
Like that specific, like just that alone is so sick.
Thank you.
I really like that.
Like that should have just been the whole song.
Well, that's not what I'm saying. But that's sick.
And for context, again, this is how it sounds like in the chorus. So it's like it's a plucky string. It's not a full, you know, sustained string. Just doop, doop. And so the point I was trying to get at is that with that synth that I showed you, layering it on top of everything else, I feel like makes the synth like
cooler.
It fits in really well with everything else. So because the synth has a bounce to it that I think fits like in the pockets of like the drums and everything. Just it suits it.
Yeah.
And in the chorus, one final thing that I have going on is this. I don't even know how to. It's like almost like a music box type sound. It's like bells, but I added like these filter effects and things like that using a plugin called Shaperbox or Shaperbox. I think I don't remember what the plugin's called. I'll be honest with you, but it's a dope plugin, and I came up with the sound. It actually reminds me. You ever 3005 by Childish Gambino?
Of course.
Like you remember how it starts like the doot doot doot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what this reminds me of. You know, and I thought it sounded cool. So actually I saved that preset and used it somewhere else.
Oh, cool.
In a different instrumental that I made. But yeah, so that is only apparent, or that only happens within the chorus. So I'm muting all this stuff, but muting the acapella.
Yeah, that adds a lot, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I love that. I think it sounds dope. One last thing, because this is basically the entire breakdown of the instrumental. Like one last thing though that I feel like just adds so much is this. I call it Mellotron sweep. It's basically it's a Mellotron that I added some modulation to, so it kind of sounds like it has like vibrato, and then it's the volume is automated so that it starts off quiet and then like ramps up in volume.
Yeah.
To be a little like sweep, like that, and so it's just it happens like every not bar but every like 2 bars, I think. I honestly don't know how to measure bars, I'm gonna be honest with you, but it happens pretty often, and I think it just adds so much to the movement of the song. So here, let me mute my acapella really quick, and then over here as well. So that just happens consistently throughout the entire song, and I think it's dope. I think it sounds great.
Did I just hear like some bird sound effects in it?
Yeah. So I'll go back to the sound effects. These sound effects are just little. I like to. I mean, I'm not a huge ad lib guy. Sometimes I'll do some ad libs depending on the song.
Yeah.
But I like to use sound effects as ad libs, in a sense. So if you listen to the lyrics where I say here.
Wanna dive,
So like you make me want to dive, right? I have a sound effect playing
wanna dive, my head
where it's like splashing, I also say my head is up in the sky. I'm on cloud 9, right?
up in the sky, I'm on cloud 9.
So that's why there's birds, because when you're in the
That
sky.
makes sense.
And then daydreaming about you and I.
Daydreaming about
There's, like,
you and I. I'm
There's like
Look at
crickets.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's all sorts of little sound effects to accentuate the lyrics, and you don't hear it necessarily like first pass through, but it's the little things that I think are just really cool to throw in there.
Yeah.
So one last thing, or a few last things about this instrumental that I really enjoy is like this chimes at the very beginning. I think it just adds so much to like the majesticness of the introduction, as well as like with these the vocals that are layered over.
Yeah.
I just love how that sounds.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Absolutely. Like that's I love that too. And I told you that before we started it. But
Right.
that part, that's sick.
Thank you. And that like only happens in the intro. Like I don't put those anywhere else besides just the intro of the song. And yeah, one other thing too is that when it comes to music, like my songs, I tend to not have long intros. Like I tend to go straight into the vocals like right away most of the time.
Yeah.
Part of it is like just personal choice. I like it. It gets to the song faster, but at the same time too, it's a, I guess, quote unquote, like smart choice for like marketing reasons, if you want. Like when it comes to pitching to like editorial playlists and stuff like that, or even just like attention spans on like Spotify as well, with like algorithmic plays that people might come across the song just randomly, getting straight into the lyrics and like the vocals of the song. People want to hear vocals, or they pay attention to vocals more than anything, really.
Yeah.
Granted, there's some exceptions to that with like EDM music and stuff, but most of the time, getting into the vocals right away is like what I like to do.
Yeah.
I just think it's a smart choice as well as what I prefer. But every once in a while, you gotta just have an intro that just like sets the scene. You know what I'm saying? And so I think this intro really did the song justice. So,
yeah. Intro. I feel you, because I think that too. When I'm making music, like I've gotten a lot better at like keeping my intros super short. But like one of the songs I just released, I was like, nah, like I want an intro in this one. Like I want you to feel that build up into the moment,
Exactly.
And yeah, I think you executed that really well.
Thank you.
And without it, we wouldn't have heard those vocals. And so
God, right.
Grateful.
Thank you. Yeah, and I love doing little vocal things like that. Promise of a Parachute, I had like a similar type of just like background vocals that like added a lot. And so one last thing, this is the very last part, I promise, is this little outro like glitch effect type thing going on. I love that, this little thing.
That's cool.
So that's just my voice, and I think, let me see, it's gonna sound goofy. Give it 1 second. It's FL Studio like froze for a second. Where do I have it at? Give me 1 second while I find this. Oh, it's right here. Glitch. I literally have it like labeled as glitch. If I turn off all the effects, it's literally just my voice. It's gotta sound ridiculous.
That didn't even sound that crazy. That was still hard.
Thank you. But it's pitched up. All these effects, Shaper Box, plugins called Shaper Box.
Shaper Box
3,
yeah.
Shaper Box 3 specifically. But yeah, adding all those effects, messing with the timing, messing with like the bit crush. That's what comes out of it, and I think it was just a good way to end off the song.
Yeah,
I think it sounds pretty cool. Yeah, so
yeah, I like that too.
Thank you. That's the production of the song. That's it. That's all of it.
There it is.
I really don't think there's anything else to talk about with it, but that's it.
What did you start with? Like what was the first thing that you did?
With the song?
Yeah.
I think it was the Mellotron. I think it started off with the Mellotron.
Okay.
Yeah, and so yeah, the Mellotron. I love how the Mellotron sounds like. I think it's just like it's such a vibe.
Yeah, it was cool.
Thank you. One thing about the song though is that when did I start the song? I started the song like a few months ago. It's like been a good while since I started it. And originally this song was completely different context. Beat was very similar. I did flesh it out more here, so like this is this sounds more full and complete than what I used to have.
Mm-hmm.
But the concept was not a love song at all. The song originally was called Happy New Year, y'all.
Yep, because I remember.
I made this with a plan of releasing it around the New Year's. And like with an idea of like maybe I'll put it into like a little EP from like songs that I had released already, but I decided not to do that. Just timing. I just wasn't, wasn't feeling it. But yeah, the song topic was completely different. It was not a love song. It was a song about my career, actually, and I was doing more fast paced like rap kind of stuff on this, which I have the demo that I will show you guys. Because this is what we do on the podcast. We share demos. And so you can see right there, Happy New Year, y'all, demo1.mp3. And again, like I said, the lyrics are completely different on the demo. It's completely different vibe. So I'll pull up the lyrics so you guys can read them if you're watching. And if you're not watching, feel like, don't. If you're driving specifically too, do not read the lyrics. Pay attention to the road, guys. But yeah, I'll play the lyrics or play the demo really quick, and you can follow along with the lyrics. I like the demo, but it is different than what I used to.
So if you like it, then why is this not the song?
Because we'll talk about that. We'll talk about it. Let's go through the demo first.
Happy New Year, yo. It's been a real talk once, so come here, let's wipe the tears off. I got goals so big, but they keep me trying to steal the ball. It's alright though, they all gonna know they can't compete it all. Happy New Year, yo. It's been a minute. I don't really rap anymore, I'm subconscious with it. And every time I tried, I felt like I couldn't get it. But maybe it's my pride that my heart just wasn't in it. My ex thought I'm cringe, at least that's what it seemed. In the need to impress her, I put over the dream. But to say it's a fault, it's a hue and for salt. It's to ignore the cause why I do this shit all. Damn, I do this for me. And I know that ain't gon' change.
So yeah, that's the demo. That's what I first started off with, and I don't think it's bad. But I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't ready to release this. You know,
You weren't totally sold on it.
I wasn't totally sold on it. Right? Exactly. And I think I had showed you this already.
Yeah.
You know, we discussed like the chorus. I wasn't feeling like I felt like I could do something better with the chorus, but
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do. But to me, I guess the move was completely scrapping that and then just going a whole different direction. Which I love how the song sounds like now. But this was also really cool.
Yeah.
And it was fun to do because it's like, again, I don't rap anymore. I'm not a rapper. It's super hot fire if you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, like
Nah, you a rapper, man.
Thank you.
Did nah, you were rapping on there. Some of the like the flows and stuff, especially I specifically remember like the end of the first verse and the end of the second verse. I really like the flows that you picked for those.
Thank you.
And I think it's interesting that like I feel like if I rapped on it, I would do flows similar to that. And that's interesting to me that like that we would
have the same kind of
Yeah.
like thinking. Yeah, I get you. I mean, there are some lyrics in here that I really love, though. A lot of them I really love because it was.
Yeah.
This is, again, like the demo of this was about like a completely different topic, and like this was a more introspective kind of topic. Like I was talking more about like what like. Just like me, right? You know, like how I feel about myself, my career, and like, you know, where I'm going. And yeah, like, let me see what lyrics we got right here. Cause I want to point out some of these demo lyrics, cause why not? Let's see. So like, another 365 and the label still ain't get involved. Maybe they already know I'm not the type of guy to sign it all. What would I need to? I would rather be the one to make the calls. I don't really need a check. I'm already advanced. Like I thought that was fun. That was cool. I like, you know, I don't really flex in my songs that much, but this would definitely was like, you know, more of like a like patting my own back type thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean like yeah. I mean, if you guys didn't know, no, I've never been like contacted by a label to do any sort of like record deal or anything like that. Not at the moment. Eventually, I'm sure it'll happen.
Right.
But am I like hoping for it? Not really. I mean, like it'd be cool to like, you know, get like recognition that like I'm going to certain trajectory, because if you got a label coming out, it's like they're trying to invest in you. But I really don't think I would sign to anything at the moment, like unless it blew me away, you know, like with like what they were offering. But it's just like, I mean, we were talking about this earlier. It's like most of the time, it's just like you got to pay back a lot of what they give you, you know, like in the advance, which is why I said I don't really need a check. I'm already advanced, as in like, I mean, I already like labels will provide, you know, their services, what they offer. But a lot of times you could do it yourself already. Yeah. And so I don't need all that. I'm already advanced.
You've been getting it done, man.
Exactly. You're right. Exactly. And so if they want to offer an advance, you know, like here's this much money, it's like, I'm good. I would rather not be in debt, you know, which is what it is. So, but yeah, one last line over here. They don't see me as a threat, boy. I'm one punch, man. I love that. That's why it's in all caps.
I remember when we went over this, like when you played it for like just me privately. I remember us talking about that. Mm-hmm. You like that one?
Yeah. And then one last thing too. This one I feel like just really hit hard though.
I was gonna bring it up too.
Yeah, 7 years gone by trying to hit the limelight, and it may take 7 more. I'm aware. So yeah, I mean, like it's been a minute since I've been making music and releasing music, you know, and it might take even longer to get to the point that like, you know, that I envisioned myself in when I was in high school. But yeah, like I do it for me, and like there's no one else I could really do this for besides myself, you know what I'm saying? And so if it takes more time, I'm cool with it. As long as I'm making progress.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I've been thinking about that. I'm like, dang, like I really been doing this 7 years. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, if it takes 7 more, like like, do I want to be doing what I'm doing right now in 7 years? Like, what if it doesn't happen and I'm still in the same place? And I was like, does that sound great? No. But what sounds worse is like not making music. Like that can't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So like we're going to keep going.
Right. I mean, yeah, exactly. And also just like living by your own terms.
Yeah.
You know, like the fact that right now we get to like do this podcast like on a random Wednesday.
Yep.
You know,
Middle of the day on Wednesday.
Exactly right. It's like, you know, I'm grateful for where we're at right now, and like I would love to do this on a bigger scale, you know,
Right.
and like, yeah, just like really make a killing out of it. You
Yeah.
know? But yeah, so that's that. That's the demo. That's that. Any questions, comments, concerns?
Nah.
No?
I got nothing for you.
All right. So I think it's time then for quote of the week.
Let's do it.
This is a shorter episode today.
Yeah.
We ran through it pretty fast. So I don't know who went last time. So I'll just start off, I guess.
Okay.
All right, so this is my quote for this week. You ready?
Let's do it.
Shout out to all of my team, Josh, Adriel, Teddy, and Jake. This quote is by Pres on his latest single at the time of this recording, Jeans. I love that quote. You know why? You know why I love that? Why do you think I love that quote?
Honestly, I don't know.
It's because you mentioned Jake. I love Jake. Shout out Jake.
Shout out Jake.
Shout out Jake. But yeah, no, it's you know, when you mention Adriel in the lyric, it's gonna be on quote of the week. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I was talking about Adriel Favela. I was talking about.
Damn.
Yeah.
The other Spotify Adriel.
Yeah.
The one guy that's above me in monthly listeners on Spotify. The only Adriel above me on the monthly listeners. Damn, bro.
I mean, he's cooler. Like, what can I say?
Damn. Hey, we'll get there one day.
Nah. Hey, man, shout out to you for being part of my team. Thank you for that.
No, and shout out to you for being my homie for real. It's like, yeah, nah, I wouldn't have been able to do any of this without your help.
And
I mean
likewise.
that. And I mean that.
Yeah.
Much love.
Much love, man. Much love. Just two guys looking into each other's eyes, telling them they love each other. You know what I mean? That's what we're here for.
Oh, God. Oh, shoot.
All right, you want my quote of the week?
Yeah, give me that.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go with this one.
Yeah.
This is from Russ in an interview with Steve Stout. I don't remember like when it came out or whatever, in case you want to reference it. But yeah.
Who's Steve Stout?
He is, I don't know like what he has done for United Masters.
Yeah.
But he is higher up in United Masters. I think he might be the founder.
All right.
Not entirely sure on that.
All right. Don't know what United Masters is, but
Oh, you never heard of United Masters?
Nah.
They're a distribution company.
Oh, shoot.
They're a pretty big one in hip hop.
All
at
right.
least.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But it was Russ, and he said, the more you do it, the more you share it, the more people consume it.
That's facts.
Post the song, bro. Just post the song.
Just post the song.
Post the content.
Right. Exactly.
Post the merch.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just gotta put it out there.
Marketing is just the process of making something known. That's what Alex Ramosi has said, and it's very true. It's like if nobody knows about your stuff, nobody's gonna buy it.
Yeah.
And
that's
so
simple.
it's like, yeah, so just put out more music, put out more content, you know, and then you'll get new people. Speaking of which, it's like, yeah, like, I mean, I've noticed at this point, it's been over a month of posting daily content on TikTok and Instagram and, you know, YouTube shorts and reels and all, like Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and like, although, like, obviously there's no crazy, like, well, there's some traction. Oh, I wouldn't even consider traction, but like, there's improvement, obviously, you know, there's not crazy blow up viral moments and stuff like that. But you do see, like, I do see regular people that weren't there before coming back now, especially on TikTok. Like, I'll see, like, you know, accounts like that I've seen before, like my stuff.
Yeah.
And comment and things like that. And so it's like, just doing that consistently, you're bound to just like reach more people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's really just like, just do it.
Yep.
Just do what needs to be done. You know.
Yep.
and that took long enough for me to start doing, but we're doing it. So
Right. Yep. Hey man, good old content.
good old content.
Good old content.
Right. Speaking of content and music, if you guys want early access to my latest releases for free, by the way, feel free to join my mailing list down below in the show notes, wherever you get your podcasts. I release a new song every month on the 25th. I don't know if I already said that, but I do that. And so every month you get early access. And as well as if you liked this episode and you like the podcast in general, if you like Pres, if you like me, feel free to rate the podcast 5 stars on Spotify or wherever else you get your podcast. I appreciate it.
What?
I appreciate you.
What you were saying something? I'm sorry.
I appreciate you guys so much. Not you though.
Oh, okay.
You know, you're all right, but
Yeah.
I appreciate them the most. They're the reason why I'm doing this.
That's fair. I mean, I appreciate them the most too. Like, I don't really.
Yeah, you got nothing.
You know,
Yeah, right.
I like Adriel Favela. You know?
Yes, yes.
I'm
Who
sorry.
you wrote the lyric about. But I'll see you guys next week. Remember, dude just played footsies with me.
Sorry.
You just grazed my foot.
Bro, don't say graze.
I'll see you guys next week. I make music in my shed.